Hola! I have had a very big night, you can probably tell. This is not grease, it's baby oil, but that is another story for another video. And I'm also wearing what is supposed to be activewear, but I don't imagine many people working out in this, but I think it's cute, so I'm wearing it. But I just wanted to tell you guys a story about when I slept with my Uber Eats delivery boy. That's it summed up. But some of you might not know, well, most of you might not know unless you know me personally, but I don't cook. None of these appliances have been used. I have very little cutlery, so I've never used the dishwasher because, again, I order in, so a lot of the time it's disposable plates. I don't use the disposable cutlery because it's obviously very bad for the environment, so I have a whole drawer full of disposable cutlery, but generally the containers are cardboard or some sort of paper that you can just throw out and not worry about it killing animals. So that's that in a nutshell, but because I'm also vegan, there's very few places I can order from. So there's maybe 4 or 5 vegan, exclusively vegan places I can order from where I am. And then there's other places that have some vegan options, but I spent a good 2 months ordering from Feed the Earthlings in Broadbeach, which I don't know if they're still open, actually. I hope they are. I haven't been there in a while, but they were pretty good, and I would order the same meal every night at the same time, and I would always get the same delivery boy. And we would have a bit of a chat. At first we didn't, because he just was the delivery boy, and he'd just bring me my food and leave, and then, a week goes by and I'm seeing him every day, we're bound to talk. So we would start chatting, and he seemed really nice, Brazilian, really cool, studying not too far from where I live. And yeah, he just seemed really nice. And then one night, I was feeling particularly ballsy, and after you order your food and you get it, you can review, leave a rating for the delivery and the food, but you can also leave a comment. And the comment I left was something to the effect of super cute delivery boy, hope I get to, keep getting him or whatever. Which was a pretty risky thing to do. Now that I think about it, I'm glad it worked in my favor, but had it not, that could have been bad. So I don't recommend it. Probably don't do that. Probably don't flirt with your Uber Eats delivery boy, particularly not through the app that is essentially his place of employment. But, because there's a whole lot of things wrong with that. But we won't get into that right now. But yeah, and so he obviously saw the comment and was like, haha, I saw your comment, thank you, you're pretty cute too. Plan on getting this every night, how long have you been eating here for, kind of thing. And then we just kept talking, getting a little flirty every now and then, but I still was maybe he just is being nice. And then about a month and a half goes by, and he's like, oh, what are you doing tonight? Because it was a Friday night, and I don't normally do a whole lot on Fridays, just because it's the end of the week. I like to stay home, watch Will and Grace, or something like that. I love some Will and Grace, as you know from my last video. And yeah, he was like, so, what are you doing? Because I think I'm finished for the night. And I was like, oh, I'm not really doing anything. If you want, you could, come up. I really, I don't mind. I've seen you every night for the last month. And he was like, yeah, I will. And I was like, shit, alright, I guess so. So he came up, we were talking, we were hanging out, watching some TV. I think we were watching something he wanted to watch because I like to be a generous hostess. And that was pretty cool, and then he started to move a little closer, started to get a little flirty, all of this. There actually is a photo of his hand on my Instagram, hoisting up my breast, but look for that photo, I guess, if you're interested. It won't tell you much, but yeah, so I was like, oh, well, I know where this is going. And I did end up sleeping with him, as the title suggests, and it was pretty good, pretty decent. I was pretty happy with the service. Yeah, so that was good. And then, you know, I got the review, and I wrote something along the lines of, you know, great delivery, got more than I was expecting, kind of thing, you know, being kind of like, ha ha ha, suggestive, funny, and 5 stars, as always. I always leave everyone 5 stars, even if the service wasn't good, because it's, you know, it's their job, it's their income. I don't want to be the reason that they don't eat or pay their bills. So, always leave 5 stars, but this time I think it was earned. And then he stopped delivering my food. And I was like, well, maybe I didn't get 5 stars. I hope I got 5 stars. I put in a 5-star effort, buddy. But, yeah, he stopped delivering my food, and so I was a little self-conscious that maybe my performance wasn't up to par. I mean, from what I've heard, it always is, but, you know, maybe he's going to tell you a different story, but, or maybe, I don't know, maybe he stopped Uber Eats delivering, or maybe that's his whole thing. He, like, delivers to one person, sleeps with them, and then finds, you know, a new restaurant, new schedule to line up to. I don't know. But something I did discover was that he stole my favorite towel. When he left, he took one of my towels. And I wasn't happy about that. I really wasn't. It was my favorite towel. Now I don't have my favorite towel, and I'm going to have to get another one. But, yeah, I mean, I know people wanted to hear that story, because I have mentioned it a few times, as well as sleeping with my Uber driver, which is, again, another story for another video, but I don't know, it wasn't too crazy. Nothing crazy happened other than he stole my towel, and that's annoying, but I've got plenty of towels, but I don't know. Sorry if it's not, like, as juicy as you were hoping, but still, I sleep with your delivery boy, you know? It's not a porno cliche for no reason, it definitely happens. So, do that, but maybe don't go about it how I did, and probably don't make a video about it after, just in case he sees and is like, that's my private life. But I guess nobody knows who he is. Well, I'm sure someone will figure it out. But yeah, that's when I slept with my Uber Eats delivery boy. So if you liked it, like and subscribe. There's plenty more stories, and pretty good ones, I'd say. I don't know, I'm rambling now, but like and subscribe.